This story is from the Gospel of John. It's based on John chapter 1, verses 43 through 51. And it's based on the perspective of Nathanael. I bought that tree and planted it at a time of such great grief in my life. I had lost my loved one. She was my balance. She was my rock. She kept the bitterness out of life, but she was gone. So much of my hope gone. And the world, it seemed, just seemed to keep crowding in with these political divisions that were just so huge. People not getting along, the violence, the fighting, the bloodshed. Our children lost in the violence of it all. So I had spoken with the rabbis. I was a part of this, the scriptures and the Torah and the prophets and the preaching, and I had begun to place my hope in the Messiah, the one to come, the one that God would give us to be the King of Israel, God's Son. I had my hope in the Messiah, and this fig tree came to be that symbol of that hope for me, right? Because that was God's promise, that we as people of Israel would one day sit under the fig tree and all our lives would flourish under the richness, under God's reign. That fig tree became my hope, my symbol of God's hope, that promise. Philip knew a little bit about this hope. I didn't tell him to the depths at which I breathed this hope, waiting for the Messiah. So it startled me. It surprised me. The day Philip came to me and said, "We found him. We have found the one that Moses wrote about in the law, the one that the prophets preached about. We found him. It's Joseph. This is Jesus of Nazareth." I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Those deceitful people. I remember saying to him, it just came right out of my mouth. I had to laugh. I just said, "You've got to be kidding. Can anything good come out of Nazareth?" My friend Philip knows me. Used a few words and just said, "Come and see." So I went with him. And while we were still a ways off, Jesus called out to us. Said, "Ho, there's an Israelite without a deceitful bone in his body." Oh. And I felt it. I felt it, that twinge of recognition, that humor, that somehow he had known of my twisted insides, and that he had known somehow what I had said about people of Nazareth. But I questioned him. "How do you know me? Why do you even say this?" Jesus said, "Long before Philip called you, I saw you under the fig tree." A moment of recognition pierced my heart, pierced my soul. I knew in that moment he knew me. He really saw me. The depths of my grief, the heights of my hope, truly. And my heart just bubbled out with this knowledge. "Rabbi, truly you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." And Jesus, it makes sense now, but do you know, at that moment he said, "You believe simply because I said I saw you under the fig tree? Let me tell you, before this is done, you'll see far greater things than this. You'll see the heavens open and the angels of God descending on the Son of Man and ascending."